Hello, this is our team call for prep for September, and I'm recording this because there's going to be some information that you want to catch up on.
Yeah.
So a couple of reminders before we even get to talking about September. Tomorrow night, Janelle is doing a team-wide call with Angie Lee. If you don't know who she is a huge public speaker. She has a podcast, Angie Lee. She also is phenomenal, like just total Instagram geek, total business entrepreneur, all the things. And her podcast, I definitely highly recommend it. They're really, really good. She she did a lot of stuff with the Market Academy with Shalene. So she's awesome. So the call is at 9:00 tomorrow. If you need the link, I'll put the link up on our team page, but that's tomorrow at 9 Eastern. So that's number one. Number two, I know, Rebecca, you and I did a little bit of this last year. I don't remember if you did too, Vic. Pumpkin spice is back.
Yay.
With that said, if you are not a fan, it's okay, but there are people in the world that are pumpkin spice fanatics. I mean, I like it a little bit in a latte, but Shakeology, not so much, which is okay. But it is live on Tuesday the 3rd. So, if you don't want to really like totally go balls to the walls with it, that's okay, but maybe talk about it in your stories. The back office, I shared one of the images on our team page, but the back office has some great images to share. You never know. That's all I got to say. But I mean, I definitely last year made a point to try it. I couldn't do it. That's just me.
Yeah. Is it going to be the same like size box and stuff, right? Like the 24?
I think so. It's like 14 or 24 or something like that. Yeah. And I think they're definitely obviously getting more just in case so there's not that whole sellout issue.
Right.
I don't think that there is a minimum for coaches to buy, because I know last year there was a minimum of how many boxes we can get at a clip. But I mean, I did a story about it today. I'll probably do a story a day just to because I know I have a huge following of people that do enjoy pumpkin spice lattes. So you never know. I don't know if there's a success point with it or not. I don't think there was last year. You get a commission from it. And that is Tuesday the 3rd. The other thing that I thought, and I mentioned this, I think, in course of conversation with everybody, but I'm going to mention it again, that I'd like to do a coaching sneak peek. And I spoke to somebody. I was on the phone with another coach. I was doing a mastermind power hour thing. And someone said they did a sneak peek, but it was literally 5-minute increments. So you had like a list of topics, and I wrote them down somewhere. Hold on. They're somewhere in my, oh no, someone texted them to me. I'll find them. And literally like everybody, like I get on first, talk about X, then like right after I'm done, Vicky gets on. Right when Vicky gets done live, Rebecca, and then so on and so forth. So one of the things that I was thinking, and Vicky, this might be good for you too, and as I'm talking, I'm trying to look. I know I sent this to Allie, so I'm looking for the notes. The reason why I thought that this would be a good time to do it would be while Rebecca and I are in Florida, because then we're going to also add in my friend Allie, to do it with us too, so that like maybe when we're done, the three of us can get on live, and then Vicky, if you're with Jess one day that week, you guys get back on together, just to show like team camaraderie. We'll have a ton of pictures from Florida that we can post, just because it's a team retreat that I earned, that kind of thing. And if you give me a second, I'm going to try to find some of the topics, because I know I can find it really quick right now. Anyway, so what I was thinking of doing is, since we don't have a ton of stuff going on Sunday the 8th, that we would kind of pick like an hour, and say, let's say from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern, because even though our cocktail hour is at 7:30, Rebecca, you and I, the three of us, can do the early part of 7 o'clock, and Vicky and Jess can do the end part, kind of thing. Even though, Jess, you're with us, you're not a coach, but who cares? It's still, we can all jump in that way. Okay, so hold on. Where do she send it to me? Oh, okay. So she said these were the topics, and we can totally tweak this. It was coming across salesy, not being at your perfect weight, the knowledge or the information that we get, right? So we get a plethora of information from the back office and our teams and all the things, right? And like, we're not like all other MLMs, right? So Rebecca, you've done 31. Vicky, you've done other things. I have not done anything else, but I mean, we have between all of us, we've had the experience of how this is different. Even coming from corporate America, where corporate America is, every woman for themselves, even though you're a part of a team, you're really not, because Lisa's going to try to one-up you and be like, I did this spreadsheet better than Joe. She messed up, blah, blah, blah. And that's not what this is all about. I mean, we can come up and we can brainstorm next week, like different topics that we want to talk about, but because a lot of us are busy moms, and a lot of us are, because we attract our tribe, need the Cliff's Notes version. We want it to be quick, right? We want to just give them a little bit of information so they have it, and then they can come back and ask the questions later. It's up to you guys. What do you think? Do you think that this is like too much too fast? Do you guys think the 8th is a good idea? Give me your thought process.
I just worry about the timing on the 8th, because I don't know. But I don't think it's too much too fast. I think it can definitely get put together, and that it's a good idea with touching on the topics that would get rid of some of the questions people have and the negative thoughts, and get them mixed before they come out.
Well, would you think though, I mean, because I know we'll be in the hotel, do you think maybe then we'll do like from 6 to 7 instead of 7 to 8? Would be better?
I don't know. Well, are things at 7:30?
Yeah, here, I'll pull it up. Hold on.
Maybe 7's fine, because then, I mean, we get ready and we'll be ready by 7.
I mean, we'll look pretty for the video.
We'll look pretty. And,
oh, gee.
So yeah,
you'll be all dressed.
I mean, we're gonna look clean and put together.
It will look clean, yeah. Pretty.
Yeah, it's the meet and greet is 7:30.
Okay.
I mean, it's 7:30 to 9:30, so we don't have to technically get there at 7:30.
Right.
So, I mean, nothing's set in stone. The only thing that I'd like to have set in stone is that Sunday, because the kids would have already been in school for the week for everybody in the universe. People are home Sunday night because they're getting the kids ready to school for Monday. And then we can definitely brainstorm in our team chat box or even on our page to kind of iron everything out.
Right. I think the 7 to 8 probably is a good window because then you're catching people when they're winding down, and
Okay.
even if they're getting kids ready, they can watch it right after.
Right. Well, because those videos are going to be there.
Right.
And one of the things that Kristen was saying to me that tend to help. So let's say, I'm going to just pick a random person. So let's say my friend Lily was added to this private group, right? So let's say she forgot about it, but she was scrolling on Facebook, and let's say she missed the video pop up that said Jody's live in blah, blah, blah. But then she sees Rebecca's live in blah, blah, blah. That's going to cause her to stop and be like, oh, I added myself to this group. Let me check it out, right? Or maybe, Vicky, one of your friends, same thing, forgot about it, scrolling on Facebook, and then you know how you get the notifications pop up.
Right.
That's why I think like the back to back to back to back, and we can kind of dig deeper into it. But I kind of liked that idea because, I mean, we've tried everything. I've tried doing it on Instagram. You and I have tried, what is it? We did a 1-day thing. We've done a 3-day thing. You know, I think like maybe let's try this. And I was actually thinking of calling it Cliff Notes into Coaching. Because that's in my mind, and we can come up with other words, but in my mind, that's kind of what it is. It's a Cliff Notes version. It should be quick and fast. What do you think, Nick? Okay. All right. So I have Pumpkin on the 3rd. We'll do the sneak peek on the 8th. I have the new MMM people that I want in my imaginary world to come get added to our group for the 3rd, but I'm probably more thinking that if we do get new people, either the end of this month or the beginning, it would be more like the 9th or the 16th.
Right.
But I'm kind of
they
just
have to have time to.
Right. So I'm just kind of leaving that opened for, you know, you, me, Vicky, anybody that gets MM 100 people, we'll just continue to add them into the group we have, because for my 100 days that I go to the beginning of November. So we can
I was going to say, everybody's kind of on different days and whatnot anyway, so.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put on my calendar MM 100, either I have it in between the 9th and the 16th.
I'm planning on, unless I change my mind, starting on the 9th.
Okay.
Because when I hurt my back the first time and being down the last 2 days, I'm not going to finish up till either the 5th or the 6th.
Okay. Well, you should definitely give yourself a break to recuperate from being brainwashed from 80-day obsession. What are you and Jess thinking of doing for September? What is your theme?
It's like a focus on steps, like September.
Okay.
And we were trying, which I'm really upset that it didn't kind of work the way we wanted to. We were trying to do like a full step challenge where it was a fundraiser, because we had found where it was for cerebral palsy, and it was supposed to be free to sign your group up. And I thought, 1, it would be the whole incentive for everybody to get more steps, but then 2, we'd be raising money for a good cause. But they want $25 a person to sign up. So we decided we're going to do it as a weekly step challenge, and then like to try and make a goal for everybody for the month, like X amount of steps. And both of my kids are already psyched out about joining in on it.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely be able to get Sam into that, because she now wears my old Fitbit, so I'll get Sam in there. Because also the other thing too, and Rebecca, keep this in your mind because I'm keeping it in my mind too, anybody that's not doing MM100, we can always add them into that group.
Right.
So like when I'm doing any type of invitation, I'm inviting to people in my niche for either the the month group, 30-day group, or the MM100, depending on what their needs are. So it's good that we have both. We have the monthly group and we have MMM 100. Okay, so when does your new group technically really start? Is it that on the 2nd?
It'll start Monday.
Okay, so this is
Monday, Tuesday, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna write step group. Okay.
And then we still have the daily challenges in it, but instead of every day, it's like 3 days a week.
Okay.
So we tried to narrow it down a little. I'm trying to bring up the picture.
Okay.
Where did-
So that like pretty much gets like the beginning of the month going. I was thinking, I haven't done this in like a super, super long time. I was also thinking maybe like toward like the week of the 23rd, just doing like a free group, like a basic free group. And since I am not a foodie person and I want to be, Rebecca, you're going to love this. I was thinking of Instapot / Crock-Pot 3 or 5 day group.
It could be interesting because you're getting into, that's like the official start of fall. So I think it could be interesting.
I mean, we are not, what is the word? We are not
Experts?
Well, yes, but we don't have, we know we have a lot of resources
Right.
for the Instapot universe.
Yes.
I.e. Carrie, Angie, and Jen. So, I mean, that I think is already to our benefit. You've used yours a hell of a lot more than I've used mine. But maybe like over like the next week or two, maybe, and Vicki, you can do this too, or whoever is watching this call, you know, put feelers out and be like Instapot versus Crock-Pot. Or like, who would be up for, let's do 3 days, because I'm afraid of 5 right now. Who's up for a 3-day Crock-Pot Instapot group? That kind of thing. What do you think?
Sure.
It'll work.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right, so what I'm just going to do is put for the 23rd, I'm going to put free group and I'll put question marks because maybe we'll come up with something else. I mean, I would say kids' lunches because we have the 75.
Oh yeah, the kid cookbook thing.
But we can think about that while we're on the airplane.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what my plan of attack was for the month of September. If either one of you or anybody watching has like any other thoughts, please share. So that's what I was thinking. Why are you giving me that look? Vicki, you have a look like you want to say something.
No.
Okay.
I was looking at my phone at the time.
So super quick, there's a couple of things that I just wanted to share group wide that may be helpful. So some of you may or may not know this. I am doing the Hey Girl Academy with Kayla Ibanez. If you don't know who she is, look her up on Instagram. She is amazing. But with that said, I've been learning a lot, and I've been just soaking it all in. But one of the things, and I think I shared this a little bit with you, Vicki, is when we're crafting our posts, especially for Instagram, let's make sure that we are digging into the pain points of our niches. It doesn't have to be on every single post, but like make sure that we are like really digging into the pain point because we know we have a resolution to help with that pain point. One of the things that, because I also have another group of girls within this community, we've like share our posts to kind of tweak them, is, and I know I do this a lot, is to kind of get away from the I and me and do you and we, which is really, really hard. And it's funny too, because could be a post that I crafted and I'm like, oh my God, this post is going to get me so much. And I get crickets. Then I do a post that I'm just like, I just randomly put together and I get so much traction from it. It's just one of those things that you just kind of have to just be aware and just watch. And the other thing that I learned that this was a big thing is, if you've wanted to do an IGTV or you were contemplating on doing an IGTV, one of the things that she said is make it more of a teaching thing. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be fitness related. It could be kid related. It could be whatever your niche is. It could be like a running tip, Rebecca. It could be anything. Or form, right? Whatever it may be. But make sure that when you talk on the video is that you're like clean and put together, not hot mess central. And then this part is a little bit of a pain in the ass, and I can definitely help you guys with it, is make sure that you have a cover photo for your IGTV with words on it, so that when people are scrolling through your profile, they can
delineate.
Thank you. That word. Between a regular post and a story. And this is something that, I mean, I'm just getting my toes wet. I did think I did one last week, but I'm definitely trying to kind of pick the days, because I would basically, what I was doing is I would do a video on Facebook, save it to my camera roll, and just upload it to Instagram. Well, I can still do that, but I just have to make sure I look presentable before I do it. But there's a lot of other stuff, and we can do more into that as we get further. But my main thing is that I wanted us to go into September, especially now most of the kids are finally back to school, with like a plan. And so that, you know, my biggest issue, and this may be for you as well, is like I have all these goals that I want to do in the beginning of the month, and I'm okay, and now I'm like, oh crap, I need one more point, and I'm rushing. Breathe. And the goal is to kind of hit your points in the beginning so that you can kind of continue the momentum throughout the month. And that's kind of what I want to do with it. That's why I wanted to do the sneak peek early. And I kind of also wanted to, obviously we have pumpkin spice coming out and all the things. So I just wanted to touch upon all of that. And then we have our flash sale, not flash sale, going out. One's going out tomorrow, and then the whole thing goes out on Friday. And Rebecca and I talked about this today. Vicki, I mentioned this to you too, is feel free, like on Friday night, Friday afternoon, to throw transformations up, you know, go live if you feel comfortable going live, talking about Shakeology, what it does for you, the performance line, morning meltdown, or any program that you've done from BOD or whatever. And I think that's it for me. Anything from anybody? Okay. I'm going to end the call. Thank you. And I am going to